Good morning, brothers. Gonna do something different this morning, and that's try to do this devotional without hitting pause or delete and try to do this 1,000 times. I'll just do this on one take. Just want to talk about being worthy. I don't necessarily deal with this on a daily basis, but I'm sure we all, to some degree, encounter this. And it's wondering if our call in ministry is that. Should we even be in ministry? Sometimes I'll look at other people within our own group of men and be like, well, I'm not like that person. Maybe I'm not called for this. I don't have the speaking power like Russell has. I don't have the ability to make a stranger seem like my best friend in about 30 seconds like Mario does. I don't have the faith that things can turn around and healing can happen like Lonnie does. So I question myself sometimes, like, am I really good enough to be part of this group? And it takes me to when I got my new job, and I was like, okay, this is the first time I've ever worked for a big company. It's got like 685 employees from what I'm told. I'm like, okay, this is a new breeding ground of men that I can speak to, and because I'm usually from a small place where there's only one or two employees, so this is a very different situation for me that I've encountered. And so I get to work on my first day, and I quickly realize this isn't going to be as easy as I thought. The break room is loud, a lot of cussing. Like, okay, how am I going to break through here? So I changed that plan to just kind of observe, and spent 3 weeks without doing anything, just minding my own business. Nobody knew that I'm a Christian or not a Christian or, anything about me. But something happened last week that clarified everything, and that's that we don't have to be like anyone else. We can just be us, and that's enough. The machine I was working on last week broke down, so our supervisor called us to start cleaning the warehouse. So I was alongside with somebody that works on the same machine as me, and he asked me a random question as we were cleaning one of the machines. He said, "Let me ask you a question. What's your life's motto?" And I said, "My life's motto? What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you're different than the rest of these people that work here, and I just want to know, what that is. I mean, you seem so humble, you seem so genuine and nice." And then that opened the floodgates. That allowed me to start talking to the guy, about how God changed my life. And that day I was stuck in the car, and, he showed up and just really gave him my testimony. And what was interesting is I said something to him that clicked, and that was, I was in a car and I was blinded, and in that moment of blindness, God really, really spoke to me and allowed me to see things, and it was like out of my control. And what he said to me was like, "Oh wow, I encountered that same thing, when I was younger. When I was being depressed, I decided to start writing, and there was this moment where it was uncontrollable writing. I didn't even know what I was writing, but at the end there was this paper full of words, and I'm like, but he didn't know it was God. And he still doesn't know it was God, but I planted the seed, and what I realized is that I don't have to have the speaking power like Russell. I don't have to have the personality of getting high energized like Mario. I just need to be me. I just need to be Joe. God gave me those gifts. God gave me the talents to be unique, be just like me. So I'm just trying to encourage you guys today that if you ever feel like you're not not as good as somebody else, don't worry about it. Just be you. Everyone being just themselves with their own gifts brings this group of men a uniqueness and brings so much unity that we have a perfect group with a bunch of imperfect people. Hope this motivates you. I hope this encourages you, especially if you're in a position in this ministry where you feel like, I don't know where I'm called to be yet, or maybe I don't belong in this ministry. Just know that you are. I love you guys. Enjoy this final day of the First Fruits fast, and I'll see you tonight at the meeting. Love you guys. Bye.